Meet Rachel Braden, an entrepreneur who started this mushroom business 4 years ago with her husband in their basement. It was an adventure she set out to utilize space they didn't use, and little did she know it would become what it is today. All it took was some dedication and a lot of time reading information online.
I did a lot of research online. I talked to a lot of people that did it small scale. So I took a lot of their advice and I just ran with it. So we started here. Was actually originally the fruiting room, which was not ideal. I don't recommend it if you do it long term. It was always meant to be short term, but there was always obstacles. But we have 1,500 square foot here in the basement. So we used the first half to start everything into a cleaner space, and then here it was the fruiting room. It was constantly a battle because there's a lot of water when it goes to growing mushrooms. So I'm happy to have moved out of the basement with that part. But now this is our incubation space. So this is where everything comes to just colonize for 3 to 8 weeks.
Over the past 4 years, there has been a lot of learning and change involved in her operation. She has since expanded and moved the fruiting room from her basement into this building and produces some of the most beautiful mushrooms you've ever seen. And though it hasn't been easy, she says it just takes time to get things working properly.
It was all just trial and error. The same people that taught me how to do it small scale were the same people that were doing it small commercial scale. So this is still considered small. Like, this is by no means big. I don't grow anything over 200 pounds. So it's still considered a commercial business or commercial farm, but it's nowhere near big. I grow probably 100 more pounds than I did 4 years ago. So I'm keeping it small just because I'm one person. But I had a lot of advice, a lot of late conversations with a lot of growers that have been experienced in doing it. A lot of trial and error, I guess you can say.
She has since almost perfected the process and sells commercially to restaurants and even is a vendor at different farmers markets in the area. Of course, though, she still deals with some challenges. The main one with growing mushrooms is consistency, and says that if things aren't near perfect or things fall behind, it can really affect her in the long run.
Mushrooms don't wait, but they need to have a schedule. Like I said, these guys are in here for 3 to 8 weeks. The process for that prior is pretty detrimental. You have to get this ratio just right, and then sterilization just right. With mushrooms, there's fungus everywhere, in the air, on surfaces. So you don't want them to compete with anything else. And contamination happens. When it happens, you lose, that potential number that you need to survive that week.
Reporting in Plainville for the Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.